Good morning, everybody. Dave here with just a quick little 2-minute walking PD here at 5:30 in the morning. I just want to talk to you a little about differentiation. Differentiation, the idea of providing different instruction to meet the needs of different kids. Oftentimes, I think we miss the boat because we think that means we have to provide a different thing for each and every kid. When in reality, oftentimes, what it means is we just need to present information in different ways. And oftentimes, those different ways should and could be presented all within one single lesson. You know, it's not about providing things orally to one kid and visually for another kid and kinesthetically hands-on for another kid, or providing things at one ability level for one group of kids and a different ability level for other groups of kids. Sometimes it just means embedding all of that within one lesson so that all kids have the same opportunities to learn and grow. If you think about presentations that are often done, even in churches now, pastors and preachers present things out loud, but with also oftentimes a PowerPoint or some sort of visual representation behind them to try to engage both those that need to see things and those that need to hear things. It's not about one or the other. There's not a PowerPoint that's presented to some people just so that they can read it, and then an oral presentation presented to others that need it. It's both provided to all so that different learning modalities can pick up on what they need. I'm going to walk into a classroom right now. It's actually Miss Britt's classroom, just walking down the hall. And I'm going to point out a few things. Number one, right outside of her room, quick little reminder, be a role model. And it's written down. Miss Britt teaches second grade. She also has a visual schedule to remind kids. So that, I'm sure she goes through and she talks about this out loud, and there's an oral representation of it, but it's also visual for kids to be able to see. Morning routine, written down so that kids can see it and so that they can hear it when she presents it. Oftentimes, I know that in our classrooms, we get stuck in the routine of just presenting things in one modality, and oftentimes it's through us saying or us speaking as opposed to trying to present it in multiple ways. The saying is that the only way to learn science is to do science. Well, it's really true with all learning, whether it's language arts, reading, math, science, or social studies. The only way to really learn is to do. If you want kids to learn how to read, don't just tell them how to read. Actually, let them read. Sorry, I got to turn on some lights here. Actually, let them read. You want the kids to learn how to do math? Let them experiment with math. Don't just tell them how. Don't just show them how. Let them experiment and practice how. I'm upstairs right now. I'm just going to randomly pop into another classroom just so that we can see a few things. And this one is Miss Robato's class. Getting on the board. I can statements, a visual schedule, things that people can see, a rotation for their small groups and centers so that she doesn't just have to tell the kids where to go. They can see it. Anchor chart with questions. 4 levels of questions that she can point to and have the kids see and identify as well. So when you're preparing your lessons, don't just think, how do I come up with 4 different activities for 4 different types of learners? Think about how can I embed 4 different learning styles, 4 different modalities, all within a single lesson to reach as many kids as possible. Get work in front of your kids, have them doing it to learn it, have them experimenting, have them practicing. You want them to read, have them read. You want them to become mathematicians, have them doing math. Spend less time talking. Remember we talked earlier in the year about putting fewer poker chips in? Give yourself poker chips and say, you're only going to talk or you're only going to share or go all in a few times. You want the vast majority of the poker chips to be within the classroom. Let the kids put their chips in the table. Let them drive the conversations. Let them drive the learning. Have a great day.